Hey all, I want to show you something. This is a HP NV13 purchased directly from HP in July of 2019. I use it every day as my daily workhorse for work, and I take it to meetings. I open it up, I come back to my desk, I close it and plug it into the USB-C and have it docked. So just want to show you something which I thought was pretty interesting. In the last couple of weeks, um, the hinge has been very loose and I could see the panel. So for example, this thing was like popping off on the sides over here when I would open the laptop, or not, when I would close it. So I'm like, okay, let me just unscrew the back and tighten the screw for the loose hinge, and I should be good to go. However, I discovered something which is not to my liking, and I'm making this video about this because this is actually a pretty poor design. I'm not a professional, but I've fixed laptops for the past 20 years, and this is something that's pretty concerning, especially if you're going to use this computer to open and close quite a bit, which I think is pretty much the use case for a laptop. Want you to look at this thing over here. So the way how these screws are mounted is you have the screw, and then there's this this metal nut. And this metal nut is supposed to be set in this plastic base over here. So for the base of the laptop, the base meaning the keyboard that contains all that, you have 3 of these which the display mounts to. The display directly connects to this one, and that's supposed to be in there. And then on the back of the lid, you've got 2 screws which go through this one and that one, which go through and pass through and go through the bracket for the display, and then are supposed to mount in over there. However, those nuts are over here. It all kind of just fell out when I took the computer apart to what I thought would just be tighten a loose screw. So same thing happened on this side. I actually couldn't take this side off because the nut had separated and it was stuck, and I was not able to undo the screw, so I had to stick my fingers in there and carefully loosen it in order to even take this part off the back of the lid over here. Just to show you how it should look normally. So on this side you have 2 screws that go through. You can see how there's a hole over here, and you can see there's some fracture lines from the plastic, just through normal wear and just through failure pretty much. The bad part about this design is that if one of them starts breaking, you're going to start putting stress on all the other pieces, and that's where it's going to fail. But look how this one, at least this circle, looks a bit cleaner. Whereas on this side, these 2 are clearly broken off. In addition, looking inside the base, you can see that one's broken, that one's broken, that one's broken. Well, that's where this one's supposed to go in there. And then on this side, we've got that one that's busted. This one is busted, and so the one that connects directly to displays, that's where that goes. And then over here, that one's busted as well. And here's all the plastic that came out. I just take the computer, I shake it, and something else falls out every time. So we'll see how to put this thing back together, and give HP a call, because this to me is not how this is. $1,000 range is supposed to be a premium built computer. Handle a little bit more abuse than the crap they sell you for $500. But I'm not buying it. This is really a piece of shit.